Hello world, I'm Krish, and in this video I'm going to build a logo with the Tailwind CSS framework. Let's go! Right here I have the design that I'm going to build, so this is like a site for this is my open source project that I'm going to start working on really soon, and this is sort of like the documentation site. So this is the design for like this for a landing page where you tell the people what the framework, what the project is, and like the features basically. And then I have a documentation site that looks like this. I haven't started on this open source project yet, but as I said, I'm going to start it really soon. I think I'm going to build the logo and this component right here in this tree. So yeah, I'm just going to go into it, and if you have any questions along the way, just ask them in the chat, and yeah, it will be good, I think. So this is just gonna be very basic. So I just have a normal HTML file here, and I'm just gonna build the components here, and then later on when I actually start the open source project for real, I will have some sort of I will have another project that I'm gonna drag in. I will take the components that I do here right now and yeah, pull them into the other project. So I just wanted to make it really simple today. Just gonna build some simple HTML and CSS components. So yeah, as I said, the Tailwind CSS framework is something that is pretty new, and it's a kind of different from like the normal CSS framework. Like, it's what's it called? The Bootstrap and Foundation and all those frameworks. They're kind of the same in like, I mean, they are different, but like they are kind of the same. You know what I mean. So but this is something very different. That was just released, I don't know how long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. I mean, maybe a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, I'm not sure. And this guy, Adam Wathan, is like one of the, like, I guess, main developers for this, and he's like really sort of big in the PHP and Laravel community. Yeah, he is like the main person, I guess, who built this framework. I think, I'm not sure, but I think so. I mean, these guys have probably helped out a lot too, but this is the guy that I kind of like know about. So Tailwind CSS. So the thing that's different about Tailwind, if you compare it to like Bootstrap, is that as it says here, it's a utility first CSS framework. So for rapidly building custom interfaces. So what that means is that this CSS framework does not have any pre-built components. You know, like in Bootstrap, you always have like all the pre-built components, like you know, buttons and you know, all the components that you use. And the thing with Bootstrap is that you always end up, you know, overriding the CSS that is that styles the default components, right? So, but the thing with this framework is that, as I said, it does not have pre-built components. What it does have is a bunch of like low-level CSS classes. So you have classes like this, PG White, Mix Auto, and all these text center. So it's kind of like it's just a framework of CSS classes that are like like the CSS is already written for you. And what this means is that it's the framework doesn't force you to sort of any specific design, any specific pre-built design. Instead, you can actually just have your complete original design, as I have in on this site, and you can basically build anything, any sort of UI, and like as it says here, like any sort of custom user interface you can build with this framework really fast, really easy, and without having to write any CSS at all. The only time you would write CSS with this framework is sort of if you doing some really complicated stuff and you have to like do a couple of your own CSS classes. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to build this logo first, and then maybe if I have time will do this as well. And just like do it, and you can watch me, you can ask questions, you can yeah, just hang out in the chat, and we will just like code together. So I think that will be fun to do. Okay, so first we always have to, as usual, we gotta install the framework. So right now, since I only have like this HTML file, I'm just gonna pull it in through the CDN. So let's see here. To pull in Tailwind for quick demos, or just giving the framework a spin, exactly that's what we are doing today. I'm gonna grab the latest configuration built via CDN. Alright. So I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna paste it in here. So there we go. So now we can start playing around with this stuff. So okay, so let's see here. So I want to build this, right? So this will be like, I mean, we could do the text and have sort of like a oh, actually I think like we will have the red background will be a div, and then we have the text inside, right? So let's start with this just round div, extremely simple. So let's see here in the documentation. Let's see. Display flows. I guess we're gonna do sizing, right? So here we have the width, and so you can see here we have all these different width classes that we can use. So I guess I'm gonna just check how big this is right here. So this is 52 pixels. So let's see if we have any class that sort of match that. Alright, so this is like rems. I don't really know how big that is, but I guess we're just gonna have to like figure it out as we go along. So yeah, so just use this class. You just use it in your HTML. It's very, very simple to do. So okay, so we're gonna have a div, and we're gonna do some classes. We're gonna do width. Let's do 48, I think. There we go. And then we want to have height. I think that is h. I don't know. It's height. Yeah. So we want the same size. I guess it's just 48 as well, right? So height is 48. And then we want the background. Backgrounds. So background color. Okay, so yeah, it's just BG and then the color. And the thing with the colors is that they have some this colors palette. But we want our own colors, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But let's just do it black right now, and we'll see how we can change the color. So we're gonna do BG black, and this should show us a square on the page, right? Yeah. So that is way too big, so we're gonna have to change the size. Okay, so that was 48. Oh, it's probably gonna be like maybe 8. I don't know. It was really big when. Let's see here. Oh, a bit bigger. Maybe 10 or 12 probably. Let's do 12. I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah, so now we want it to be round. So guess we're gonna have to check the documentation again, as always. Let's see, we can actually search. So we want the border radius, right? So radius, there we go. And I think, is that class? Yeah, that's the round one. So we're gonna do rounded full. Now it should be round. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put it in the center, I think, because this is not really like, this won't be the website. I'm just gonna put a bunch of components on this page, so I'm just gonna put it in the center. I'm actually gonna do on this app div. We're gonna center everything. So let's see how we do that. I guess center. Yeah, we wanna. I always forget if it is, with Flexbox. Justify content. All right, that's okay. And then line items is like the vertical. So we wanna justify them to center, right? So this framework, it comes with the Flexbox pre-installed. pre-built or whatever you want to call it. So justify center didn't work. Okay, I think. Okay, it's because we don't have a width for this one, right? So let's do width. Let's do width. Maybe like half the page. So this class. I think that will center. No? Maybe it doesn't work with percent. I don't know. 1? No? You know what? Maybe this won't work on this element. I'm gonna try to do this and see what's going on. Oh, I think I know actually now. Yeah, because we don't have the flexbox, so we're gonna have to flex align flex display, right? Yes, so we're gonna have to put the flex class on here, and that should center the div now. No. That's weird. Because we have to have display flex, and then we should be able to use flexbox, right? Or am I crazy? Align self, maybe. That's a good one. So self-center, maybe this one. Self-center. Let's see here. No. Maybe I have to have this class here. Not sure. No. Maybe I don't know what's going on here. Flex. Flex, god damn it. Okay, don't work. So, okay. Gonna have to think hard about this one. So, okay. We have the div, we have the app. Right, here's we initialize flexbox, right? And shouldn't that work here? Justify content or align self. I always forget this, flexbox stuff. Oh, maybe we have to display flex. Then we have flex direction. So this is going to be a row. No, actually, it will be a column, because you're just going to line up the components. So we will do flex column, and what's wrapping again? Right, how do you wrap? So yeah, it's a column, so it won't matter anyway, right? So align items. Yeah, okay. Items center. Yeah, sure. So we'll center the items on the page and can align content. Right, so the content. That won't be necessary here. And then I think we could justify content to center, right? Because now it knows that it's a column. This should work. If it doesn't, I don't know what. It doesn't work. What the heck? Why? Oh, I'm so blind. Look at this. It was the ID. Man. So, okay. So if we do use a class, this should work now. Yeah. Of course. Alright, so, but item center. We maybe should have that on the body actually. Maybe that won't matter. I'm just gonna put a background on this so we can see sort of how it looks like. Oh wait, let's do gray. Okay. Right. So I'm just gonna put height full, and it should take up the whole page. Or not. Maybe we have to do it on body. Height. Height full. So height. Screen maybe. That's probably right. So the body should just take up the whole screen always. Yeah, there we go. And now this is, since this is height full, it will be the same height as the body, because that's the parent element, right? Exactly. So if I put this class back, it will be full height. Okay, now we're just gonna line up all these components here, and yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we want to change the color. I'm just gonna remove the gray background now. Actually, so if you install this framework, we just install it with the CDN now. But if you would going to use this in like a real project, there's like a you can install it with npm, and when you do that, you will have a config file, and in that file you can like specify a bunch of your own stuff, your own settings for the framework, and one of those settings is the colors. So you can change so it will use your own color palette. So you could like you could change all this, and if you say that you have sort of a yellow color in your own color palette, you can change all these colors to your own yellow, like tint of yellow. But since we just like, as I said, giving this framework a spin, we won't be able to do that. So I'm just gonna instead write some CSS right here. So we're gonna have one of our own classes. So we're gonna have a style tag, and well, what should we name this? We have to do this right. Type CSS. I don't remember. It's been so long. I think that's it, right? I'm gonna have to Google. Inline CSS. CSS how to. Right, this is the style sheet. Yeah, but would you do exactly just the style, right? Right. Okay, so let's do our own class. We want to have this like, this is the brand color, right? So it's the red brand color for Flow. So I'm just gonna do brand. So how do they have their classes? So there you go, BG black, right? So we should go BG brand. So that's our brand color, our theme color for the project. So I'm gonna set this background color. Background color. Oh, there we go. And I'm gonna check what color that is actually. I'm gonna grab this. Alright. There we go. So now we have this class, right? So now we can use it exactly in the same way. And it's sort of like, I always like to name my own classes with the Tailwind's naming convention, just to make, if I have to add my own classes. So that way I can sort of like work, they can sort of blend together in a really like logic way. So yeah, so now we're just gonna change this, right? So now we do background brand instead. And this will make it into the red branding color. There we go. Alright. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video.